Um, yeah. Welcome to the third episode already of Machine Quarantine. Where can I see the chat now? I want to see the chat. How is it happening? We will see it in a moment. Yeah, it's here. All right. Welcome to the third episode of Machine Quarantine. Again, Jonathan here, aka Machine Shaolin, waiting your questions, your comments, your feedbacks. I pretty much have a sort of a decent idea of where I want to go about today. I have a new beat I want to finish, a new setup that I started in the first episode, didn't really do anything about it, and this morning I looked into the sample a little bit more and found some more stuff, some more interesting stuff. Shouts out to Begzanaken and Mersa, who were here at the chat yesterday, and I checked out their channels as well, and you should check them out too. I think they were a little bit modest about how they describe their skills. They're pretty fucking awesome, both of them. So, big up yourself. Yeah. And again, if you have samples you want to send me, if you have links you want to send me, things you want me to comment about, maybe you made your own finger drumming kit or anything, you have a drum rack in Ableton, you want to send it to me, I can also have Ableton here where the machine is. I just like working with the machine in this live stream. Just makes everything very, 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 very easy. Alright. Nice. So, today I'm broadcasting in the evening. Maybe some of you are eating. I'll check back up on you, Machine Head. Love the name. I will check your channel as well. What did we want to do here? I wanted to check this. I started playing with the sample this morning. I just came back home. I was with my daughter. I'm sorry, I have to be outside, like a very short walk sometimes. But I have a mask, I have gloves. I'm a pretty healthy person all around. All right. So I just couldn't wait to get back home and work on this beat. Maybe I will play a little thing around. Let's play some music. I just want to say that today as well, I'm in sort of a chill mood, like yesterday. We will play some more of the expansion packs and so on and so forth. See, I made some groups. It's all happening. Yeah, let's try this one.
future. Way the future. You're free, way the future. Way the future. Way the future. You're a free zone. You're a free zone. You're clean. Do my best. Way the future. You're a free zone. You're clean. Understand? Do my best. Zone. Understand? Way the future. You're a free zone. You're clean. Understand? Way the future. You're a free zone. You're clean. Understand? Do my best. Zone. Understand?
So I have sort of up to here. Mersa! Welcome, Mersa. Nice to have you back. I checked out some of your beats today. I actually tried how you do this thing that the snare is above the hi-hat, that you go this. Pretty cool. We can discuss this later on. But what I did with this particular beat that I'm working on, and you can help me if you have ideas, just write them in the chat. I need ideas. I'm sort of stuck with this one, and I want to finish it and upload an official video to the channel. So yeah, we have that sample.
Way the future.
Maybe I will take it from here. Play with the sample, and there's a huge part that I completely ignored with a very, very scary, eerie Hammond thing playing. Let's put this here. All right. With a very scary thing that's happening there, let's just play the sample. It's from Ennio Morricone, the Gun Down movie. Greetings from Ukraine. Greetings from Hamburg. I went so fast with the broadcast. I forgot to say that I'm not in my own place. I'm now at Tony's apartment, aka Igor Swamp. Check out his music if you're into go psytrance. I'm not really sure how he categorized this thing, but it's fast, it's good, it's amazing. The sound is pretty fucking awesome. Check out Igor Swamp. Also, yeah, from the Ukraine. До свидания. So, let's play the sample and you will hear what I'm talking about. This part. It's just so amazing, I can't stop. This has to go on. Anyway, Okay, get the picture. The whole trumpet thing, I chopped for the second and fourth part. This, which is
Way the future. You're a free zone.
yeah, that first bit was really grooving for me. We need a link of this guy. Which guy, Melsa? I'm out of the loop. Sorry. Okay, so what I did this morning is the whole Hammond thingy. This sound begins like toccata de fuga. Yeah. I decided, because I completely ignored it, it was too much for me. But this morning I decided to chop it, as the Germans say, trotzdem. Yalla. All right, and I came up with these chops. Clean Air Team, Johnny. Dude, I have no idea who you are, but you know me from long ago. These are the chops. All right, and this morning I jammed a little bit with it, and I played sort of well, you get the picture. I'm sort of I'm unable to connect to the chat. Please try again later. Let's try this. Something is off with the broadcast. It will come back. Test. All right, it's on. Welcome, Clean Air Team. I have no idea who you are, but you're definitely from my past. So what I want to do here, maybe you have some ideas. As I said yesterday in the episode when I was talking about the zone function and stuff, I will just try to get past this beat for the next 10 minutes, and if you have questions about techniques and stuff like yesterday, I will be super happy to answer. All right. So what I want to do is look for samples to add on top of the Hammond thingy, and because I want it to change completely from the. I have no idea still how I'm gonna play it exactly, what tempo. I have no idea anything. This is the jam from the morning. But I know it's supposed to be completely different from this.
You're a free zone.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere else, slower probably. So let's get it on. If anybody has any questions about what's going on in the pads and blah blah blah, you can ask me. But as you know, I'm not so much into tutorials. I much rather have an open conversation here about music, and if you have your own instruments, play your own instruments. You're not necessarily need to be using a machine or an MPC or an MPD or an MP3. That was not funny. All right. So let's go and look for some samples. First of all, bass. Yeah. This. It's pretty heavy than this. I will definitely have to change the snare for this one. I'm feeling like a much more of a trap vibe, not necessarily trap. UK drill. I don't know how you call it. Yeah. But definitely not this. But let's look for basses and then we will know what's going on. If you have any ideas, send me your ideas. All right. So that's my main one. So let's look for a sample here. I'm going into. Can you see what's going on? Sort of, yeah. That's my sample. I go to zones. This can be much smaller. Yeah. We said we're looking for bass. I would go straight away for lockdown grind expansion, which I purchased especially for this. Somehow I see the chat is like sort of stuck, but I think it's stuck only at on my end. Okay. What else? By the way, again, Mersa, if you want to send me like one of your projects, so I will try to do something with it. I'll be humbled and honored. Oh yeah. So we're looking for a bass to correspond with this. Okay, and oh, yeah. Let's check this out. This is more of a yeah. I'm sorry for the crackles. Sometimes it's like so on and off. Let's try something here. If I go. Let's see this. I'm sorry, I'm just having some weird thing with the. Okay, I cannot see the chat in my. I just opened a new window. Johnny, love from India. I'm learning a lot. Hey, DJ Altrax, send me your thing. עכשיו אני מזהה ברדוגו. Clean Air Team, sorry. So will show anything today? Yes, I will, a lot. So we meet again. Bekzenakon, I checked a lot of your stuff. I totally dig your vibe. Totally dig your vibe. Mersa, I totally dig your vibe. Do you produce beats for hip hop or is it mostly finger drumming? Not yet. Nobody has ever has yet to approach me with like beats, but I can make beats. Let's try and make a beat in one of the episodes. Let's do it. For some reason, I don't see the chat in my thing. Let me refresh this. All right. Now I can see the chat, so we meet again. Do you produce beats? I've read this already. I will produce beats. If that's what you want, I will do it. Okay, now we had a bass here. So because I cannot hear anything, I will do something. Without it. Yeah, and if I bring it up. Let's make it even shorter. And I would obviously have to sidechain the whole thing. Thanks for checking, Melsa. I'm not sure what project you're talking about. Have you actually seen my videos? Yes, I have. The Sun is Shining project, if you want. Okay, so we have our first bass, and obviously I will have to sidechain the whole thing to the death, because this bass is way too much. I don't know if I have a... I have a limiter on the master. We're good. Let's change the snare first of all, so I can vibe off it. Something. Let's find a snare here if we are in this expansion. Ah, sorry, drums. And I go. And it feels like we're in the future. That's because we are in the future. Okay, that's... Woo! This is something that, hey, Native Instruments, if you can fix this thing, there's like always when I browse, there's a sort of a lag. And I try to play with the sounds that I browse. This is amazing that I can just change them, but if you can take care of this lag, it would be amazing. Let's go with this. And maybe I don't need the transient master so hard. That's cooking much better. Let's change the hi-hat to something much more... you don't need to see me. Let's change the hi-hat to something much more appropriate. Drums, hi-hat. Ooh! I want something short, something that will... that I can do a lot of... Let's try this one. And this, I have no idea. I will do something about. I have no idea right now. Great time. Begs and Aiken, you asked me yesterday about if I have just one snare, what would I do for more dynamic rolls or for whatever. The same goes for if you have one hi-hat, you can also play with this with a kick to some extent if you want, or with any percussion that you have. This is a pretty neat trick. Here I am with the hi-hat. And if I go... yes, you probably know the Maschine, and if I go here to the LFO pitch destination, do you see what I've done there? It's on a random LFO on 16th notes and like a minus 3.2 thing of the pitch. Maybe I can... I have a feeling that I'm not seeing the chat again. I don't know why. Let me open the same window, another YouTube. Cause I'm not having fun without you guys. It just doesn't cut it for me. I'm here for you. Oh, yeah, and here's the chat. Thanks for checking. Oh, I'm flattered and confused. Мерса, без паники, Сав будет очень хорошо. Gonna check you out too. Okay, so we're back here in the live stream. This can be here. This I will put here. Now I can see the chat going on. So the thing I do with the hi-hat, as I said, let's exaggerate it. Is it not working? Oh. So you probably heard that the pitch keeps on changing. I did it in a very sort of violent way. This is 100%. And the speed can change. But if you put it on something rather fast and okay, and thank you, Melsa. I just opened another window on YouTube, and I can just check out everything properly. So I don't know if you can hear it, but the hi-hat was right. The pitch is changing, but when you play it, you don't really hear it. It just creates more dynamics. Like if I do the yeah, so let's do the same to the snare. All of a sudden I have a lot of snares. Yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, pretty funky trick. What I like to do a lot with this is to, even if it's not supposed to go, right, and it's pretty aggressive. It's like minus 26%, but yeah, it's pretty happening in my opinion. But I like to turn down the the heat a little bit. I put it like on 5% here, minus or plus doesn't really matter. Wow, we're half hour in. Nice. I think I will do one more thing to this beat and then move on to other stuff that I started showing yesterday. Some expansions. I like chilling with them. You know something? Let's sidechain the whole thing before I go berserker. I put the cool. I go very simple with the sidechain. I go with the stock compressor of the native. Turn down the knee. The attack is like this. The release should be pretty fast. We will deal with it later. And yeah. So the source should be, we're on group E. Should be This might take me a minute if you need to roll one, if you need to make yourself some coffee. Now's the time. So you'll see that I'm scrolling. E4. But let's lower the output of the whole thing. Okay, that's nicer. Cool. What I did with the snare is that I had one main, but I also made two other snares with a bit different sound. One that plays a little to the left, the other a bit to the right. That sounds cool. Okay, time to roll a coffee. Yeah, go for it. Actually, I heard in your beats that you use a lot of like small sticks, like drags of claps and snares, which I find really, really cool and really, I like that, like that drag. Really like it. Plus Norwegian language, I couldn't understand a word. It sounds so cool. Okay, so we were. Let's try some more bass on stuff. So basically, a very easy way to go about it, and I'm answering here also a question that keeps repeating. And by the way, some people write me directly on my Facebook profile or whatever. Feel free to do it. Now is the best time. Like, we're doing nothing. Now is the best time to do it. I will try to answer everybody. But a question that repeats a lot is how do you prepare a kit to the for finger drumming. So I will try to this is what I'm trying to show here, that basically once you chop your sample, some of you might have noticed that my samples don't always go like 1, 2, 3, my first, then and then the second row and then the third row. It's because I chop it and then I start. Yeah, and already now I found, like, I'm thinking, okay, maybe that will be the jam of that particular part, not necessarily the whole ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah, Biggs and Aiken, I like dealer style, sloppy, less, yeah, of course. And when we have pads, why should it sound like drums? Exactly my point as well. It's not, and that should be a good thing. One of the things I like the most is that I grew up playing guitar, drums, bass, whatever, instruments, yeah. But this machine is no less of an instrument than all of them. And the beautiful thing is that all of a sudden we have an access. We have access to those amazing sounds that before could be done either with an MPC with a very limited memory, and it's just come on, and or to computer, sitting in front of a computer and making music, which is just annoying. And then all of a sudden with this baby, you're with your instrument. It really feels like an instrument. So I have the bass, and let's add another bass. Let's see where. What I was saying before, one of the things is that when you realize where your kick is gonna be, yeah. Why is this looking like that? When you realize where your kick is going to be, this should be more like this. Alright. Okay. Mersa, we will see you in a minute. Adding bass samples usually should go with the kick, and I'm talking just on the safe side. Do whatever you want. I'm saying like on the safe side, if you want to start building something and you're not completely sure, this is a very, very good way to go about it. Where your kick is, where you want, you would put a bass. And when where your snare is, let's say, then we don't really need that bass so much. It's even very, very good if the snare cuts the bass exactly when it's happening. So I just look for some, something. I'm starting to get bored with this. Let's look for another expansion and do something else, and then I will get some ideas. But you get the picture. I will add some more stuff to this part, work on it. Let's play the beat again and move to something else. Like that. Huh? There. Baby.
Way the future. 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 Drum free zone. Way the future. Way the future. Way the future. Drum free zone. Drum free zone. Clean. Do our best. Way the future. Drum free zone. Clean. Stand. Do our best.
And this is what we have so far of this thing. Yeah. Do you use compression on the? It's kind of a limited instrument. That's the thing I was also talking about yesterday. I think we are even far away from even realizing how much of an instrument this is. I think, in my opinion. Do you use compressions on the samples to make the bass or sample duck a bit in the drums? Yes, I just did. I just did it like in a very non-professional way. I just put the stock compressor on the group, and the kick is side chaining everything. I just do it to. When I start writing stuff, I don't like to get technical. I just put a compressor and go for it. Then if I find a nice setting, I would copy this compressor to all the pads and have the kick trigger them, and maybe have also something else triggering them. Maybe the snare, maybe it can be maybe even a sample that I want to duck everything when it's happening, or yo. So enough with this one. If you want me to show some techniques and stuff, I will be very, very happy to. Save, because I liked what went on there. Let's go for some expansions. Let's continue with the magnetic coast from yesterday. That was nice and chill. Ooh. What's up with this? Nice. This thing is crackling like a motherfucker. Let's get some stuff off the way. Move it, move it, move this. Well, move this as well. Okay. That was a nice one. If you have any expansions you want to recommend that I should get, actually pretty broke right now, so don't recommend anything. I will just go nuts. Let's look for another one. That was nice. What is this? Nice. Let's clean some effects here that we're not using. This we're not using. No. This we're not using. This we're not using. The compressor. Okay, let's use the compressor. Do you play reggae or drum and bass? I think I just did a little bit of drum and bass. I would love to try some reggae. I have some kits that I'm working on where I'm playing the drums and the bass with my right hand and the reggae chops with my left hand. We can try it in a moment. You know something? We don't really have much time. Let's try this. Let's go for the reggae bit. It seems to me that hi-hat is needed more softy. This one or the one before, probably. part of the thing here is like I haven't done anything to the expansions except turning them to the left so I can play them. If I really want to use the samples, I don't really take them from the expansion. I look for samples and then I work with the hi-hats. I tend to work a lot to cut the attack and stuff. It's like I'm not into it. You're probably right, Melsa. Спасибо большое. Let's try some reggae, because I'm in a very, very, very. Let's try something else first. Projects. I should have. Oh, I forgot how it's called. Maybe it's in the groups. No, it's in the projects. Called something reggae. Let's look for it. What I did with this, it's a sort of a reggae tryout I did for myself to try. The reggae chip is in a wick snare as well. I just played so much like hip hop and whatever, and I love reggae. Where's the reggae thingy? And I love reggae. If you can play the weakest part, you can play reggae. I'm not sure I get it. Please show pads when playing. Sorry, sometimes I just start playing and you're right. Okay, so with no further ado, here's here's the chop.
New foundation. New foundation. New foundation. New foundation.
Oh, yeah. So this is a first one, which I basically didn't. Okay, I will get. There's also 3 more I want to show with reggae. Since you asked me, I'm really excited. I love reggae. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. Let's do the second one. What I'm trying to say here is that it's really, really confusing. It was really confusing to play reggae because we're very, very used to playing the down beats, like doom, tss, clack, tss, doom, tss, clack, in whatever type of music. DJ Altax, thank you very much. Fire! So what I did, as you've noticed, I chopped the sample on the downbeat and then it's just playing the off beats. And because it was very, very hard for me, and still is, I will try later on, in like in a few minutes, to do something like that, and it reminded me. I'm afraid that now Rastafarians will run into my room and everything will be up in smoke. Have no fear, my friend. Have no fear. Smoke is your friend. And so it reminded me of like playing jazz drums for the first time, where you have to keep everything off beat and you're like sort of what the fuck. Or a very good friend of mine who is an amazing rock bass player. He heard me laying down a bass part for a reggae production. And he's like, I want to play this. And he just played the one beat all the time, like the thing. And everybody was like, dude, that's not it. Because the feeling of reggae is all the time on, yeah, if we have the one, so the one can have nothing in it. It's like, the heaviness is on the drop there. So let's play another one that I cut on the downbeat, and then I'll play another one or two, which I will probably mess up pretty bad because it's hard to play, but that I separated everything like a finger drumming thing. I haven't opened this in like 2 months. I want to figure out what's going on first. Yeah. All the reggae swing goes for a snare of 2 and 4, 2 and 10. Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so if you're into some more reggae, I will try to do something that is from the. Let's make a new file here. That is from the very old expansion called Black Ark. I hope I'm seeing everything. I really do. I see everything pretty late. Here it's happening as well. Okay, now we're about to finish, but I will be happy to go on some more. I haven't found any tutorials except Quest for Grooves, reggae vids on finger drumming. You can sure get some nice hits on that kind of video. All right, thanks for the tip. I will. And as a I don't know how it's called, like as a bonus for you, I will try it here. Wow, but it's very, very low in volume. Oof. Very, very low in volume. I'll put something on the group here. Like this. Okay, I can work with this. Black Ark is pretty much the only reggae expansion. Right, too bad I overused it in production by now. Yeah, I'm not really doing much with it. It was, you have to understand one thing. I got the machine because I was home and I wasn't able to move and couldn't do stuff, so I just hey, I like reggae, boom, let's have it on the machine. Hey, I like this, let's have it on the machine. It's pretty good. You overused it. It's a pretty funky expansion, though. Though I believe the sounds are like the drum sounds are like sort of weak. They could have hit harder, but the rest is pretty spot on. The vocals, the effects. Let's try this. Okay, so as you see, it's green and gold is my machine. I'm not really feeling this maximizer. It's not really giving me anything, but let's use a limiter instead. Okay. What happened? What kind of accident? I didn't have an accident. I have this. I have a fucked up spine, and I'm just losing my discs in my spine, and it hurts like hell. So let's move further on. So yeah, this is from the Black Ark. Here I have two bass sounds, and here I have what you call in reggae chops. It's not sample chops. That's what you call in reggae the chop. And some nice samples. Funky bass drum. Just percussions. So I'm gonna try to do the whole thing with my bare hands somehow. So how I figured out, or trying to figure out how to do it, is yeah, if that's the basic. If that's the basic like rub-a-dub, yeah. I want them, them. I'm even gonna I'm no Eka Mouse, but only Eka Mouse is Eka Mouse. So yeah. So I will try to do the how I came about it is that this can also, yeah, you see, can also reach the. And what is missing is the bass. Hope you have enough coffee to roll away the pain, brother. Back problems are amongst the worst. Tell this to my ex-wife. Um, that was a little bit too much information there. Chaka dem Pillars. Nayaman. No. I used to take in the beginning because I just couldn't take it. They gave me a lot of pills. Wow, I'm not going back there. I'm just not going back there. I'm all natural, my friend. Smoke the chalice every day. So this is turning into a real reggae stream. So we have the. I don't need to show off here. I just need to play that beat. And we have the bass here. Chakadimus and Pilas. Yeah. So if I would play just the bass and drums, then I have the hi-hat here. Yeah, and I usually play with those fingers, the kick and the snare. But those of you who can play guitar, this is a good tip. If you can play finger picking, yeah. Let me pick up a guitar. Let's say that. I don't know if you can hear it. You don't need to hear it. You just need to see it. Okay? You just need to see it. This, if you can play guitar and you can finger pick. So most of the time, also if you're playing a pick, I will show it. Most of the time, what you're doing is that you're playing your bass drum of the thing with your thumb. And then your upper fingers will play hi-hats and snares. It's a trick that a lot of drummers know how to pick up rhythms by watching the guitar player playing. Then you realize what they have in their mind. And thank you. It's an amazing guitar. It's a handmade guitar. It's my own signature thing, built by Erez Shmida, the one and only, aka Shmida. I'm a Shmid. So I just want to show this thing with the guitar real quick and how I came up with this technique. I saw other people doing it with the thumb, holding like the kick with a thumb, but from a completely different angle. So if I have this, yeah. You cannot hear a thing to this. No, that sucks. Anyway, the idea is that, and this finger picks up something else, and this one picks up something else. But this one goes down as the one, always. And these ones go up or down, depending what it is you do. And I picked up that trick watching Matt Zach. If you guys know of him, he's like sort of one of the first I've seen on YouTube and stuff, and it's amazing. And I was looking at his technique and why is he playing with the thumb and then this finger and then that finger, and then he said that he used to play a lot of guitar, and all of a sudden, light bulb moment. So let's get back to the pad. So I said this is the drums. Hope you're still there. So let's change the kick to the thumb and the snare to whatever finger is available, this or this. Do you ever use Maschine as guitar pedal? No, I've never tried this. Please write me on how doing it. Thank you. I love how you chain your mini chaos pad to the thing. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm getting lost here, and it's almost the end of the stream, so let's do this right. Ah, sorry, I actually do it again with the thumb. Because if the guitar would be going, yeah, it would land every time. So I just did it like this, and it made more sense. I need to move the microphone. Let's do this one. All right, and I think my clock shows now exact 8:08. I think that would be a great time to close. That's a dope. This is a cool trick. I hope I made it right. For those of you out there playing finger drumming, let's show a nice technique. Yesterday I showed you this thing with the 3 and the 2 and polyrhythms. I know it's hard. Just work on it. Do it whenever you're just. I would say whenever you're on the bus, whenever you're waiting in line or anything, but you're not on the bus and you're not waiting in line. So just whenever you're home, yeah, just do it. One, two, who did it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1. This, and so for today I will give them one which is very simple to understand, but yet super important to implement correctly. It has to do with the wrist. I know some of you heard that you have to go with the wrist, like to go like this. That's not true. But the wrist needs to move a lot, has to do a lot of movement for the fingers. So we're going to work on a trick for the wrist. Here's our kick. Let's do it with the kick. The idea is to go with all the fingers inwards, backwards, and then inwards. If you would notice, it's very easy for a lot of us to go inwards with the fingers, to go like this. And most people can do this pretty fast. Not many people can do this. Yeah? To go on the outside and inside. It's something you see magicians work on a lot. They work on this movement. So the trick for tonight, one of my homies uses the crab scratching technique to hit the pad. It sounds like a roll. By crab you mean this? Yeah, I do it. Crab you mean what the DJs do, I think. I hope this is what you mean. I do it with just 3 fingers like this. My thumb here is not as developed. I just do it like this. Or 2 in 1, but I can do 3. Okay, so the end of the trick, and we finish for tonight. Move here. How you practice this is you go thumb, finger, 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 thumb. Yeah, you go in and out. Whoopsie. You go in and out. It's getting a little boring, but it's important. Yeah. I will exaggerate. Yeah. Now this is very neat. You start with this, and then you move on to the pads, and you do each hand on one pad. And this will create a very natural wrist motion, whether you like it or not. You just do this. I will exaggerate a little bit. Yeah. I hope you find this interesting and helpful. This is something you can create this rolls with, this crab thing that you're talking about. It will get you there, and it will also make you very, very flexible to go back and forth on the grid. Like pianists go back and forth, that's the trick they use. I was advised to hold my hands over the pad in a position like I was holding 2 apples. You mean like this? Sort of, and even not straight in front. You mean like this, like apples. If you just put your hands here and you hold something, that would be it. And also I would advise you to go a little bit to the sides, not completely in front of the pads. Just go a little bit like this and be relaxed and move up and down. So I will finish with something, and let's find a something with another reggae like this. I will have to try to, let's put something on the group. Yeah. So, cushion pen. So, yeah, this is another one from the expansion pack. I will try to do the same thing with the bass, with the drums. This. Oh yeah. Wow. Great samples on this pack. Right. Wow, today was reggae. Sorry. Yeah, that was a nice pass, guys. I'm really, really tired, and I think it's time to wrap it up. We've been doing this for over an hour, unless there is one last thing. Uh, Tony Sosa, we're listening. Dude, I love you. I just said in the beginning. Let's say it at the end again. Shout out to Tony Sosa. I'm actually broadcasting from his room, aka Eagle Swamp. Check out his music. Tony, if you have a website or something, links, put them here in the chat, because I'm just about to end. Let's see if I have something else to end with. Something chill from the Faded Reels, maybe. What is this? Oh, that's nice. So let's relieve all the stuff from out or what we don't need. So this is okay. This is okay. No. 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 Leave this out. Leave this out. The Faded Reels expansions comes with shitloads of effects on the groups, on the masters. It's just loaded. Do you have a stream schedule? No, please, no. Listen, Oren, I'm trying to have a stream schedule. I would love to do it earlier, like 10 or 11. And to hell with you. I will try to do it earlier. Today was just not possible. Tomorrow maybe early. I hope around 12 would be amazing for me. Let's try to do something and wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. I will say goodbye in a moment. Oh, what is this? Everybody, I had a wonderful time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being. I will see you in the next episode of Machine Shaolin, Machine Quarantine. I'm Jonathan. Thank you everybody for joining. I had a wonderful, 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 wonderful time. And to end this right, I will end it with the opener that I used, which was also reggae. Sort of had a premonition about this broadcast. I have +9 time zone. Make a Discord channel. We can share tips and tricks and mutually level up. Dude, I have no idea what is a Discord channel. I'm sort of like I have no idea. Let me know. Write everything. Let me know. Comment, feedback. I love this stuff. I'm completely alone here. So let's wrap it up. Thank you very much. Machine Quarantine, episode 3. I'm stoked. I'm loving this. Thank you, everybody, for the feedbacks, for the comments. I'm actually making a huge effort to talk less and play more. So it's your job to talk, to write, to comment. Send me links, please. Send me links. Send me samples. Send me stuff you want me to chop. You want to see how. I will just do it. We can do whatever. You know, it's quarantine time. We can do whatever we want. Oh, yeah. So, the blessing for today is stay home, stay healthy, stay safe, do a lot of yoga, do a lot of sport, practice martial arts. Hey! As much as you can, eat healthy, drink a lot of lemon, natural lemon, regardless of the virus, just do it. It's every day. This was the 3rd episode of Machine Quarantine. I will try to be here tomorrow at, let's say 12. Let's do 12. I will be here at 12. Thank you very, very much.